to the Beaver tool hire demonstration video on the Stihl TS410. Ideal for cutting brickwork, patio slabs, concrete, doors out, windows out, perfect in all areas. Obviously it is a disc cutter, they are dangerous. You do need to take the relevant precautions. It's an absolute necessity that you wear all PPE, goggles, gloves, ear defenders and a dust mask. All our equipment comes complete with health and safety instructions and operating instructions. It's a really good idea to read these before using this machine. We do these lovely little tubes, and it gives you the exact amount of oil to mix with 1 gallon or 5 litres of unleaded fuel. So we need a petrol can, fill it with unleaded fuel, rip the top off, pour it into the can, give it a shake. That gives us the correct oil mix for the machine. Once you've mixed the oil goes in here. This is the petrol oil mix. A little bit fiddly, but to take the cap off we need to push down and give it a little quarter turn twist and it'll pop off. Push down, twist, off she comes. Keep it topped up. To fit a disc, the first thing we need to do is to lock off the spindle. And we can do that by passing a thin screwdriver, or it does actually come with a special bar, up and through this forward hole here. Slides up in there. And then we turn the machine back round. And then taking the spanner, we can locate it on there and undo the nuts. Remove the nuts and the flange comes off with it. Now this is the very important bit that we decide which disc we're going to fit. In this instance we're going to fit the stone cutting disc. So we take the disc. I should point out here at this point, it's very important that the disc isn't damaged and it's actually in date. We put the disc into the machine, make sure it locates nicely on there. Take the flange, which has the 2 little lugs in, to locate in the 2 lugs on there. Like so. Take the nut, pass it back through the middle, and do it up. Take the spanner, holding the screwdriver in the back, and tighten the disc. No need to go crazy, it will tighten itself up as it goes, okay? But to make sure it's on there nice and tight, remove the screwdriver from the back, give the disc a spin, make sure she's not catching on anything and she's on there nice and flush. A few safety issues with the machine. For demonstration purposes only, I will run through the controls with you here on the desk. But normally when starting one of these you would have it on firm level ground. It is a single person machine, so you shouldn't really have anyone else anywhere near you. Never ever start the machine with the blade engaged into a cut, and never what we call drop start the machine. This is where you use the weight of the machine to start it. It is exceptionally dangerous. All it needs is a little kickback and it will dig straight into your leg. First thing we need to do is to engage the throttle. Now it's a 2-stage throttle. Under here is the trigger, and on the top here is the safety trigger. So the safety trigger needs to be engaged, and that allows you to pull the throttle in. Once we have it in this position, which I might add is normal run position, we can then use this switch on top. It has 3 positions. It has off, run and start. If we slide it all the way back into the start position, hold it there, release off the throttles, that will hold it on half throttle for starting purposes only. As soon as we engage the throttle, it will ping back into the normal run position. So while we're using the disc cutter, this is where we would have it. If we wanted to stop it, we would just push this one forward and it will stop the machine. Once we're in the run position, the next thing we need to do is to set the choke. The choke is a 3-stage choke. When the machine is cold, we will slide it all the way to the on position, which is right there. After we've set the choke, the next thing we have to do is to push this button on top here. This is called a decompression button. What it basically does is take some of the pressure off the engine to allow us to pull it over easily. Next, we need to prime the machine. The prime bulb is just here. We need to push it between 7 and 10 times. And what this does is take the fuel from the fuel tank up into the carburetor. Okay, here we go. Start the machine. Safety trigger, trigger in. Knob on top, from the off position to the start position. Hold it on, release the trigger. We'll hold it on half throttle. Decompression button, push in once. choke position all the way on. Prime bowl. 7 to 10 times, won't need it this time. Left hand on, boots on top, take up slack. Choked off. Lock. Make sure we have safety glasses on. Boot on it, firm grip, and we always cut on